so I am here to help you, to support you, to give you that peace, help you find that missing link so that you can take that next step forward in your health and your vitality. Having a professional coach, having some professional help, some support of someone who literally does this for a living and has been doing this for a really long time is what has changed and transformed my life. I mean, that's why I decided to become a coach, is because coaches changed my life when I was feeling stuck and frustrated and I didn't know. It's like I knew what to do, right? It was like I had the information. We're in this time of information. There's so much information out there, and yet there is so much confusion on what that next right step for me would be. And so it's kind of like if someone says, go to, you're going to the grocery store and they're like, hey, will you pick me up some peanut butter? Cool. You get there and it's like, whoa, you're looking at that aisle, and if you don't know a little bit more about that person, you don't even know what to do. There's so many options. Now, that person in their mind had an idea of exactly what it is that they wanted. They know what kind of peanut butter they like, they envisioned it, but what they said was unclear. And so it's a similar thing of what happens inside of our own minds, inside of our own bodies, is that subconsciously it's not clear. Like our conscious mind has said, oh yeah, I want to lose weight, or I want more money, or I want clarity, or like whatever it is, but like it's unclear exactly, and then you lose motivation. Right? You can't make a decision if you're not clear on exactly what it is that you want. So that you can achieve your loftiest health and fitness goals, your life goals, really, because all these things are kind of tied, they're tied in together. They're not separate. That's like saying, oh, well, I really want my liver to be healthy, but whatever about the rest of my organs. Like, that's not really how it works. If something's truly going to be good for you and your life, it's going to be good for all the pieces, all of the parts, all of the systems, all of the organs. Every aspect of your life is going to benefit from you eating, drinking, thinking, and doing well for yourself. And there are many reasons and excuses to detour off the course. But you know what? I mean, the reality is, and I heard this the other day, it's like, you don't want to practice what you preach. You want to preach what it is that you practice, right? What are you actually doing every day in terms of your everything, your life? What is it that you're doing? What exactly are you preaching? You better be practicing that. And it's interesting as we're walking down this road of health and vitality and making that decision for myself to do that, because there was a time when that was not on the radar. I could not care less. Yeah, I wanted to be thin. That was in my mind. But in terms of like health and vitality, the wholeness of my system, that was not on my radar for a really long time. And when I made that decision, what I learned is no matter how far down the road I am, I'm only 2 feet from the ditch. Right? And yes, I have fallen in the ditch many times. But what I've also found is no matter how long I've been in the ditch, I'm only 2 feet from the road. We're only 2 feet from the road. Right? And that's why we don't need to make 1,000 changes all at once. Even just believing that maybe there is some hope. Maybe I can do this too. Maybe there is change and transformation. Maybe this God-given gift of imagination, this ability to think beyond our present circumstances and begin to create a life experience that we desire and that we deserve. Maybe we don't have to drag the past and all of the pain and the discomfort and the frustration with us into every single moment and into the future. What is it going to take to put a dead halt stop to self-sabotage and move forward? This is one of the ways. Coaching is one of those ways. And it's not something magical. It's not something that any of us don't already have. It's just that I do this for a living. This is my job. This is my profession. This is what I study. This is what I practice. This is also what I preach. And so to have some time with somebody like that is invaluable, right? I mean, I have several of my own coaches, and every little aha moment, every time I've ever had an experience and a connection with another human being where I was able to see differently, think differently, feel differently, even just a little bit, it then opened up doors in my life for me to have a better experience, for me to have some choice in how it is that I'm going to move forward and not continue that same old stuff over and over again. Okay, ladies, so here we are. Maybe you're at work, maybe you got the kids running around, maybe you've got something going on and you're like, oh my goodness, I wish that I could get on. Hopefully, I'll be able to do some sessions like this again in the future. Also, if you are interested in working with me personally, one on one, of course, that is an option. This is where I come and I share what it is that I'm doing, and I give you as much support and guidance and education and love that I possibly can. And we also know that information, right? Information is wonderful. We are not living in a time where we don't have enough information. It is literally the information age. What we want to do now is have some implementation. We want some clarity and some guidance. Again, it's very similar to if you go to the grocery store. I love this one because this actually happened in my life. I remember someone said, get me peanut butter. And I was like, cool, thought that was easy, right? Like it's obvious what kind of peanut butter everyone likes. It's the crunchy because that's my mind. But I got there and I stood at the aisle of just rows and rows and rows of different kinds of peanut butter. And I was like, I don't know what this person wants. And this is before cell phones. Now we can just pick up the phone or text someone and be like, what's up? What do you want? I need more clarity so that I can get you exactly what it is that you want so that the picture in your mind matches reality. And that's what we want to do here. That's what we want for our lives. We want to be so clear and so focused and communicate so specifically to our subconscious mind exactly what it is that we want. So then it becomes easy. We don't have to waste time trying to figure it out or sift through information. It is clear, it is direct, and it becomes easy. It is a simple path. So if it is not feeling simple and easy and graceful, if it does not feel like the weight has been lifted off your mind and off your shoulders and off your body, join me if you can. Maybe give me a like and a comment that you'd like to see me do this again sometime when maybe you have some space and some time to jump on with me. I need to know. I'm a person. I need you to communicate with me so that I can help you. I want the best for you. I know that coaching has been the number one transformational piece because the quote unquote diet or food plan that I have today is the same one basically that I had when I was 14 years old. It's not magic. There's not some magic food plan out there that is going to solve all of our problems and help us get there if we could only stick to it. There's that piece right there, though. If only. That's the missing piece that we keep searching for this thing out there to fill. And really, it's a missing piece right here. That's the disconnect between the experience and what it is that is going on. So, the way in which we do that is with coaching, it's with support, it's with an outside perspective as we begin to externalize what's going on for us, and it changes the whole dynamic. And that is what I want for you. Continue to share things that have worked for me when I'm talking about preaching what it is that I practice. So it's been years now, and this is one of the things that, and I totally get that there's that like controlling piece that just doesn't want to do it, and the indulger that doesn't want to be told what to do, and they have this kind of argument. One of the ways in which I bypass that is through the planning ahead of time. So when I'm not hungry, so right after dinner, right? And I don't have the whole day to think about, right? The day has kind of done its deal. And I am able to then think about the next day. So any of you in this group, in one of my welcome video, right, in the announcement, so it should be the first one that you saw. I think there's like 3 announcements, but in the welcome video one, if you click on the see more and you go down there, you guys all should have been emailed, if you registered in that little link there, right, emailed for the top 3 ways to button those jeans. And one of the things that I mentioned in there that has been a game changer for me and for my clients, and anyone who's done the reset as well, is this piece about planning ahead. Because if we wait until we are hungry to decide what it is that I want to eat, right? It's a losing battle. To this day, right? If I wait until I'm hungry to go, oh my God, wait, where am I? What's going on? I need to eat. I will choose whatever's in front of me. We are literally designed that way as human beings. One of the things that Dr. Lustig says is you cannot fight your physiology. That is one of the things that we continue to do, thinking that we can control our natural rhythms and our hormones, and our physiology is designed to eat what is there if we're hungry. So I bypass that because I'm not trying to stress out my will. I've got enough stress, literally enough. And I'm sure that you do too. And I want to take that load off and not have to deal with it at all. Now, do sometimes I look at what it is and want to change my mind? Of course, but I always plan ahead of time. So in the evening time after dinner, I have like a little pad of paper in my kitchen, a little notebook, and I think about the next day, just one day, because I can't tell you what I'm going to want in a week from now. I'm not interested in sticking to a diet until I lose 10 pounds or 20 pounds or 50 pounds or for a month or whatever. Like that right there gets like that controlling piece stimulates my rebellious piece like almost instantaneously. And I, before I've even started, I've given up and then I don't I don't do anything. So what I do is I just keep it simple. I just keep it in one day. One day. I think about the following day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm a person that has breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you do the 2 meals or whatever you do, always planning ahead of time gives your mind specific, clear directions on what to tell your subconscious mind. And with that consistency, it becomes simple and easy and natural and matter of fact, and we don't have to think about it anymore. So what I do is I plan for the next day. This is what I'm going to have for breakfast. This is what I'm going to have for lunch. I look around in my kitchen and in my refrigerator, or I think about what is in there. It's usually the same ish stuff, right? Like we all probably have the same staples. And I look around, make sure that I have it, and then I jot it down: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then it's off my plate, right? Then I have done self care for a period of 24 hours that is beyond what most people are willing to do. And I haven't even done anything. I literally have taken a pen and paper, I externalized what it is, right? I put it out into the universe and in black and white: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And now it's off my hands. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to wait until I'm hungry to decide what it is that I want. And it makes it so, so easy. This is the planning and preparing ahead of time. This is one of the ways in which we bypass willpower, because you know anything can happen in that moment, right? Zoom goes down, the kids are freaking out, somebody needs something at work, you get a call that this person needs that. There are a million things that come into play. The dog ran away. Like, life happens throughout the day. And when I have those self care mechanisms in place, even if I don't stick to it, even if I go off plan, even if I change my mind, even if I have a handful of chocolate chips, which I actually haven't done in a really long time, but I totally get what you're saying. I totally, totally get what you're saying on every level. The afternoon, the after nap, a little pick me up. It's easy. It's simple. It's just hand to mouth. There's like a million reasons why that happens. And when I find that when I am not clear and specific with myself, not in a controlling type of way, in a self-care kind of way. So yeah, you're right. You need a little bit of willingness. You need a little bit of willingness to bypass willpower and set some things up in place ahead of time so that in the moment you don't have to think about it. And what that does, it is allows my mind to go, I've self-cared, right? This is my food. This is my breakfast, my lunch, and my dinner. I know that the food is already in the house. I have taken the time to do that. All the rest of the food in the house is not mine, just for today. I can't tell you what I'm going to do tomorrow. I don't have the willpower or the motivation or the mental anything to think about in 3 days or 5 days or 10 days or a month or a year or any of that stuff. And what's interesting also about like the holidays, if you think about it, so like the month of December, if you have 3 meals a day and there's 30 days in the month, right? There's 31 days in this month. So what is it? 93 meals. 93 meals in the month of December. And how many of us just write December off completely, right? Don't even, whatever, I can't even deal with it. We'll start in the new year. Write it off. There's 93 meals in the entire month, right? Even if you took 5 of them off, right? You still have 88, I'm going to do my math right here, 88 meals to self-care, right? To show up for yourself in that way, to plan and prepare success, to take that stress off the table and not have to worry about it. What a gift. What an incredible gift we can give to ourselves in just the simplicity of one day, in just the simplicity of writing it down, externalizing it from our mind, allowing our subconscious mind to work for us. You guys know that I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist, and people go, oh God, what are you going to do? Like, don't control me, like, put me into a hypnotic state, which is so fun and funny and interesting. But the way that I was trained is that, Dr. Patrick Porter, and you're welcome to look him up. He's amazing. I worked at a place called Positive Changes for 5 years and saw thousands of clients. And he said, Rose, listen, we're not trying to put anyone in hypnosis. What we're doing here is we're getting them out of the hypnosis they placed themselves in. It is simply a habit of thought that got you where you are right now, a habit of action that got you where you are right now. And habits are easy to break. Yes, I'm going to say it and I'm going to say it loud. It's just a habit. It's just a pathway of information in the brain, and we can detour and break state and create new habits pretty darn easily. You do have to want to. You do have to be willing, right, to take the time and do the work. It is not the same kind of work as learning how to put on a roof, right? Or building a business, or, I don't even know what other things that are so like intense and like hard in that way. It's not hard in that way. It's simple. It's easy. It's your own mind, right? And when you have the right tools, any job is easy. If you don't have the right tools, any job is hard, like really hard, right? If you don't have the right tools, you can't really do anything. It's like, oh, well, file down these nails. Well, if you don't have a nail filer, it's going to be hard. What are you going to do? Right? Oh, it's not working. I use the table. I use this. I use that. I use this fuzzy thing. Nothing's working. Well, no, it's pretty simple to file down your nails if you have a nail filer. Well, there you go. It's pretty simple, right? When you have the right tools. And then, of course, you got to pick up the toolbox, open it up, and use the tools. So there is that. All right, ladies, I love you and I adore you so much. Oh, hey, Nancy, what you saying? That was deep. The mind can imagine it. Amen. Amen. The mind is awesome. And that's what we do in the hypnosis sessions, right? We begin to create the thoughts and the feelings and emotions of the life that we want and that we desire. And then we practice them once, twice, three times. How many days would need to go by for you to be convinced that this is now your new habit of thought? 1,000? Great. Do it 1,000 times now. Multiply that, multiply that, multiply that, multiply that. Your mind can do it quickly, quickly. And if you were then to wake up and 1,000 times you had done something and that is your memory, that's what you said. You said 1,000 times. So there you go. You've done it 1,000 times now. Boom. All right. You ladies are wonderful. I love you so much. Thank you so much for showing up and allowing me this time to coach you. All right. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye.